Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here to look at the Star Wars Black Series action figure of the AT-AT driver. In case anyone cares, here's a closer look at the spiel on the back. I used to focus on that in some of my older reviews, and I kind of skipped that, but I figured maybe some of you guys want to read that stuff. I always dug the AT-AT pilot's design. I thought it had a cool helmet, and I liked the chest section. I liked the shoulder armor was different than the usual Stormtrooper, and all those things I like have been captured in action figure form really well by Hasbro. The gray kind of undersuit fabric looks really good, has some nice wrinkling to it. They've always been really good about the wrinkled fabric on their action figures. There's also a very, very light, subtle kind of texture to it, so it's not 100% smooth. There's some nice details within the gloves. You can see there's a little bit of a wrinkle right there at the wrist section. The little seam going down the glove right there. The little wrinkling to the straps that hang down. Same thing with the boots. Some nice details overall. The contrast between the light gray and then of the gloves and boots and the gray suit is pretty good. But one of the best things this thing does is the chest piece, because there's a lot of details within this chest piece. And this captures all that. First of all, the paint's really, really good and impeccable. But then you can see how it highlights a sculpt, like those little half circles there. Every single red dot, that little gold ridge, that's all sculpted, and the paint is just perfect. The little silver paint on the side looks good too, the red and black on the top. The sculpt on the tubing is great. That's right, tubing. Tubing. Which leads to the helmet, which they did a great job with. It's one of the things I love about this figure is the helmet. The little red Imperial logos look good. The little red dot in the middle of his mouth area. The red dot on the little breathing ports. If you're hunting for this in stores, definitely be on the lookout for this little black section here, because the black triangle is kind of painted on separately from these little three prongs at the bottom, and there are some that are really off-center, like in the wrong way. So be on the lookout for that. But look at all these details. The lines going down the side, the way the tubes connect in the back. Every little dot, the black and gray on the side of the eyes area, just fantastic. The overall articulation on this is the same articulation that we get with every Hasbro figure. You got the double knee joints, the hinge swiveling ankles, the mid thigh cuts at the upper thigh, the full range of the legs. There is a mid torso behind the chest armor there. There is the hinge swiveling elbows, the hinge swiveling wrists that hinge inward, side to side, not up and down. There is limited range of motion at the shoulders. You can't get him into a T pose if you wanted to, because the shoulder section is really limited by those shoulder things. Also, his head has the hinge at the base of the neck and the ball joint, but if the tubes are lined up straight, you're not really going to get a good range of motion with the tubes in, because the tubes kind of block and limit how much you can, move the head. Now, this figure does come with one accessory, and that's this blaster, which is just the basic black with a little silver section painted in. And that's it. Now, ideally, a good accessory for the AT-AT pilot would be a friggin' AT-AT, but at this scale, that would be huge. So we just get this one gun that we never really see them use, but you have to presume that an Imperial soldier would, have a gun just in case. So overall, as a fan of the AT-AT pilot, I love this figure. They did a great job with it. Just comes with the one tiny accessory, but that's it. And I like it. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.